What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Dissect Dead Films Fresh Cuts, where we sit down and talk about new release films in theaters or on your favorite streaming services. Today, we are talking about Netflix's newest comedy from Judd Apatow, The Bubble. I am your host, Brett Parker. Joining me, as always, is the wonderful Dan and Angela of DNA Gaming.
Hello.
Hello. Woo! Oh, I forgot to clap.
Oh, clap.
Always gotta clap. So, this movie. It took me 2 days to watch this movie, and not because I didn't enjoy it, which I guess I'll get into that when I talk about what I thought of the film. But yeah, this was a movie. This literally at the end of this movie, I literally thought of Angela and I went, this was a movie. So let's go around as we usually do and talk about our feelings on this movie, The Bubble. Angela, kick it off.
I didn't like it. I didn't. The only good parts of it were Pedro Pascal
Yes!
and the guy that plays Howie.
Dieter is definitely.
I love Dieter.
I was talking about this with my wife. She's like, the best part of that movie was Dieter. I was like, yeah, because Pedro Pascal absolutely. Is awesome.
Yeah,
that's the Mandalorian right there, baby. I'm so pumped. Oh yeah,
but like you said, it was a movie, and that's about all I can.
With a movie within it.
Well, with a movie within it, but that's all I can. This was hard to watch. It was.
It was a cringy one. Dan?
Yeah, I didn't care for this movie either. Like, I agree. Like, for me, Pedro Pascal was the best parts, and except for the other parts I really enjoyed in the movie were when they were actually showing how the scenes are supposed to look within the film of Cliff 6.
Yeah,
like that was great. Like, I love
the acting,
and I love Pedro Pascal's horrible accent. During all of that, I was like, "This is such racial typecasting bullshit."
The funny thing is like he's supposed to have this really bad Spanish accent, right? Like, it was supposed to be Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
He is Spanish, sounds like and and he's played in movies where he has a really good really good accent.
Yeah,
and I mean, to be able to be able to speak like that, but have to fuck it up as he does in this movie is just shows how great of an actor he is.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Oh, God.
It was one. It was one.
This was a movie. Oh, this was a movie.
Yeah.
My wife liked it. I'll put that out there. She laughed a lot. And I guess if you laugh a lot in a movie,
some funny parts.
I guess it can't be that bad. I laughed out loud at a couple parts. Dieter is definitely the best character, played by Pedro Pascal. This had a stacked cast. Like, these are some good. These are some actors that are really good in other things.
Yes,
Karen Gillan, random ass cameos too.
Yeah, Karen Gillan, playing. I figure she's technically the lead of this movie. She plays. What the heck is her character in Guardians of the Galaxy?
Carol. Oh, and Guardians of the Galaxy.
She's Nebula, isn't she?
She's Nebula, yep. And then she's in the Jumanji movies, and she's been in, other movies, and she's really good. You want to know who I don't like in this movie? Fred Armisen. I don't know if I like him in anything. He's just not funny. He's the director. He's the guy who plays the director.
Oh.
He's from SNL, and I just have never been able to get into his comedy. It's just cringy every time, and it's just annoying.
I will say when I was watching this, there were some movies that moments I did laugh, but I don't think I found too many like genuinely funny moments. And like a lot of it was like they're trying to do a joke. And I understand it's dark comedy or dry comedy, whatever, dry humor.
Right.
But a lot of it would just go and I'd be like, just nothing.
Yeah.
But there was some good parts though. I will admit there were, but there was a lot of parts where you're just like waiting for something to happen.
Yep. Every time I see a movie with Leslie Mann, I feel like she just gets less and less funny. Like, it's just, she's not the same as she once was. She's been acting for a very long time. She was in, I don't know if you've ever seen The Cable Guy with Jim Carrey. But she's been acting all the way since like mid 90s. She's been in
was her first movie.
she's been in some really good movies, and she's had some really good performances in this. I don't know if the idea behind the whole thing, especially since this was directed by Judd Apatow, who is, he's directed, he directed 40-Year-Old Virgin, and then other projects that are kind of in this vein where it's, were these actors purposely supposed to be like really bad at being actors? So it's all about what the idea from the director was and what he told his, cast to do. Because like I said, these are really good actors. Like David Duchovny, like X-Files, for crying out loud. Like he's Keegan-Michael Key. He's hilarious. Kate McKinnon. She's hot or cold. All right. I mean, to be honest, I was the one who defended her in Ghostbusters 2016 as being one of the funnier parts of that movie. Pedro Pascal, though, definitely is like, the top tier for this movie. Karen Gillan, she does a good job for what she's given. The guy who plays I don't know if he's like just part of he's like a studio executive. He's interesting. I think he was in the remake of The Tick. Are you all right?
Okay.
Yeah. The girl that plays Crystal Chris or whatever.
Yeah, it's her daughter. It's Leslie Mann's daughter and Judd Apatow's daughter. Yeah. Iris Apatow.
No wonder she was.
Yeah, she was in. I just remember her from Knocked Up. Oh yeah, Judd Apatow directed Knocked Up, and This Is 40. But she played the youngest daughter of Leslie Mann and Paul Rudd's that couple. She was like 5 years old.
Yeah.
Gotta start early.
They both act, because I think one of them is in that show with Euphoria, the one with Zendaya.
Yeah, I like that show.
It's okay, Dan. I don't watch it. You don't need to know what it is.
Good.
I know you don't watch TV.
Please don't ask me questions.
No, well, listen, you're sitting next to your wife. I got to direct it in your area that she did. One of you can take that information and run with it.
That's fine. I'm just replying in the manner I know fit.
I laugh at that being the director's daughter. I hated every dance number.
You didn't like the TikToks that the whole
I
cast was
hated
part of?
them.
No, the only good part was just seeing Pedro Pascal just dance, because it's not something I would expect him to do. And then it's really funny to see him occasionally in the background. But other than that, I was like,
yeah. This movie was just
so
absolutely, this movie was just bonkers from, beginning to end. Just like, what in the fuck is going on?
You know what I'm wondering? I wonder if people that actually work in the film industry, they would find this funny. Because it's a parody of making a movie, and they would know. But since a majority of the world doesn't, it just goes over their head.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was just a parody on how a movie is made. It's also they factored the pandemic into the whole thing. So it's like, what was it? What do you? We're gonna take what a film set is during the pandemic, but we're gonna turn it to a fucking 11. And it's just absolutely, I mean, I can guarantee there has been some film sets. I mean, just from reading behind the scenes of some movies, there's probably been sets like this where you have actors coming in and trying to rewrite stuff. And it's like, you're not a writer. Stop it.
Go away.
Yeah, please. And, you bring in, directors who are not experienced enough to tackle a huge this Cliff Beast, the fake franchise is an Avengers size franchise in this universe.
Yep.
And you're on your 6th film, and you're bringing in, they brought in a guy who brought in an independent film to Sundance that he filmed on his iPhone. Spoilers, everybody. But that's literally why they brought him in, is oh, your film did really good. I won Sundance from filming a movie on my iPhone.
While working at Home Depot.
Yeah. And
Selling
it's
tiles.
and he's like, yeah, you can be the director of one of the biggest franchises. That's kind of how it works, but it's also the studio is also back there because they have this very inexperienced director.
Yeah.
They have to come in and pretty much take over control because the guy can't handle it, or They just don't believe that he can do it. I mean, we've talked about movies on this show that have gone through this shit. You know, David S. Goyer went through it when he did Blade Trinity. Yep. As much shade as people throw at David S. Goyer, you know, the studio put him in charge of this with him not having the experience to be a director to direct a big franchise. And it just didn't work out. And that's kind of how this whole movie plays out.
Well, also, scroll up a second there. I can't remember her name. Hold on. Carol's character, Karen Gillan's character, Carol, about how she ends up getting kind of like, because she speaks up and they kind of like slowly like diminish her role. Like, I feel like that's something that would totally happen in like Hollywood politics.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that just feels like something like completely realistic.
So yeah, this movie was something. There was some subplots that were not really subplots, just kind of added pieces that were just like, why did we need this? Why did we fucking need this? Like,
why was this movie 2 hours long?
I don't know, man. When I paused it yesterday, when I had to get ready for work, I had to pause it, and I was like, oh, I'll finish watching it tomorrow. There's still 48 minutes of the movie. Why?
You thought the same thing. Like, what is left to do?
Nothing. They added so much bullshit.
We had to pause it like 3 or 4 times because we started watching it early. The kids were still up. I'm like, we paused it and it was 20 minutes in. I was like, are you serious? It's only been 20 minutes. And then we paused it again. It was only 40 minutes. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm going to throw this out there. Another couple roles I enjoyed were the mocap guys.
Yes, they were one of the better parts of this movie.
Yeah.
They were hilarious.
Especially when they're in scene and they're talking and then like the Cliff Beasts are talking. I'm like, okay.
Yes.
I like the satirical bit. Yeah.
I'm going to throw it out there right now. We're going to be throwing spoilers around. So if you haven't seen this movie,
sorry,
watch it and then come back and listen to us. I can guarantee this episode's not going to be very long because I don't know how much I really want to talk about this in detail. We'll throw around some things that we liked, and yeah, it's overall this movie is just like it's a short list. It's a movie that you watch once, you go okay, and then you never see it again. I will never watch this movie again. It just doesn't. It wasn't what I figured it would be with the cast that they had. I feel like I don't know, man. Comedies just aren't the same. I'll throw that out there. People will still make good comedies, but there are just some comedies that they just try way too hard.
I agree.
And shit that makes no sense or is not realistic. Like, what is going on here?
Well, I guarantee, obviously, that this may fall into like a niche for somebody listening that just really ticks your box.
Yeah,
like ticks your boxes because it just. There were some funny parts, but it just wasn't my kind of movie either. So for sure, I would not watch this again. I can think of a lot of other comedies I'd rather watch. So.
Listen, on this show, we would never shame anybody for enjoying things we don't like. This show is literally our opinion on a movie. We would never be like, you know, I might joke around and be like, don't see this movie. It's fucking trash. But if you want to see it, I'm not going to give you shit for it.
Well, also, outside of that, it just, to me, seems like the cast just had a really good time making this movie.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can guarantee they had a blast. I mean, this is a lot of really good actors and probably really fun people to be around. And, you know, I've heard really good things about Judd Apatow as a director. You know, he's made some really good movies throughout his career. And even, you know, I can guarantee he made this movie knowing it wasn't going to be a smash hit. Like, it wasn't going to be, you know, holy shit, this is like one of the best comedies of all time. This was just his opportunity to bring some people who are part of big franchises. Like Karen Gillan is part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Yep. Pedro Pascal is part of the Star Wars universe. You know, he's going to be in the Last of Us show. Like he's a huge actor. Like there's a lot of these actors who are, I mean, the girl who played, who was the one who was in love with Dieter? The one who worked at the hotel. What was her name? Annika. Annika.
Yeah, Annika.
She's played by Maria Bakalova, and she was in the newest Borat movie.
Yeah.
And I thought she was pretty good. She was good for the parts that she was in.
I just like the scene where she's at the door. He just hands her his plate.
Oh,
like a little knife. You don't know me.
I got a fun fact. I got a fun fact about that. So while they were filming that exact scene, they cut because they told her while they were filming that she was nominated for a Best Supporting Actress Oscar for Borat, for the second Borat movie.
Good for her.
Yeah, it was a really cool thing because it like Pedro Pascal comes out, gives her a hug and stuff. It was a really cool moment, like to like cut filming just so that she can know that. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Good.
That's pretty cool. But yeah, that scene's great.
Third?
Yeah.
On IMDb?
It's the third most popular film right now. It's only been out for 2 weeks.
But it's gone up 50.
Oh.
Well,
it's
hey,
4.7 on IMDb, so
Morbius has a higher rating.
Oh God. We're going to have to talk about that movie at some point, but that is not while it's in theaters. We'll talk about it when hopefully it comes to a streaming service in the future.
It's gone up 15 places.
Well, it's because it's on. Well, but you got to think it's on a streaming service. People already have. They could just watch it,
right,
and voice their opinion or search it up or whatever. Is this based on like searches or like reviews? How does that? Do you have any idea how that works? I think
it's based on searches.
That's probably why people are watching. Like, oh, what's going on here?
I mean, I probably went on IMDb probably 3-4 times while watching this movie, trying to figure out who people were and stuff like that. Oh, and Daisy freaking Ridley is in this movie.
Yeah, what? That was the weirdest fucking scene, dude.
And she has an American accent, which was also weird because I've never heard her speak with one. And it was just a weird scene.
And the funny.
Like, it had to have been because he was on drugs the whole time.
Oh my God.
It had to have been.
Apparently there was more of that scene filmed, allegedly. That was not put.
Like more of like seeing things
like the sex
scene.
Why would you?
I'm glad they did what they did.
Longer?
I couldn't. I don't want to see Ray in that situation. No. I don't want to see it. I don't. Well, sorry.
I will say this though.
Yeah. That's canon now.
I love the follow up to that at the very, very end where Daisy Ridley's there.
She's like, I don't know why I'm here.
I'm here. Yeah, but come on, let's go. Like, and she's just
what's her name? Kathy? What's that? Come here, Kathy. Come on,
Kathy. It's Kate.
Oh, Kate. Sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Kate.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's my friend Kate.
Oh yeah. See, like I said, Dieter's character and the situations he puts himself in are the best part of this movie.
Oh yeah, yeah. Very much so.
Did you like the random cameo from James McAvoy chasing Carol down? And I'm like, what is James McAvoy doing? Get off me! Why'd you go play Professor X? That's not the only thing I do.
Yeah, that's so good. Well, who else was in it? The guy from Third Rock from the Sun and Dexter.
Oh, John Lithgow.
I was like,
yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah. Yep.
John Cena.
Yeah, John Cena.
John Cena. Yeah. Oh man, this movie was. Like I said, there was some laugh out loud moments in this movie. It was the biggest gripe. I think if it was an hour and a half, 90 minutes or less, this would have been a lot better of a movie. But they just drag things out and add too much shit I don't care about. Stop putting Fred Armisen on the goddamn screen. I don't need to see him anymore.
Absolutely.
Sucks.
And I found out what's her name? What's her name in this movie? Carla. Gallon Hooper. Hopper. That's Gallon Hopper.
It's Dennis Hopper's daughter. Yeah.
Dennis Hopper's.
Which one was that?
Granddaughter. That was the one that was friends with Crystal Chris, the mole.
Oh, really? She looked very young.
Yeah.
To be Dennis Hopper's daughter.
I think it's his.
I always forget that he passed away.
I think it's his granddaughter.
He's been gone for a while. No, it says daughter. It says daughter.
I was just making sure. I mean, sorry, I wasn't looking at the screen. I was talking to him. I was talking to him. You know, I can't do more than one thing at once.
I know your ears don't hear.
I can't. I can't do it.
Oh man,
I'm damaged goods.
the whole dude Howie though. Angela was saying how Howie is great. He was really great, and I love his his rant when he's running away. He just like. He talks about Batman. Like, first it was Keaton, then it was Kilmer, then it was Clooney. Pretty boy Clooney.
He brought too much sex role.
Yeah, not all in the same movie.
Then he goes. Then it was like. Then he went to Affleck, then Christian Bale, and then he's like. Then they brought that skinny bastard from Twilight.
Dude.
Yeah.
I was like, we just talked about Batman, or we've been talking about Batman, so I felt very relevant. Very relevant. It was great.
I loved his whole yelling as he was running away.
Yeah. He like just wanted to.
And they're like, he's going the wrong way.
It's not the right way to London.
That's
and then
right.
Dieter comes out. See you later. Like, you know?
Freedom.
Love it.
He just wanted his weed, dude.
Dude, the security guard, the head of security. Oh my, dude, he creeped me out.
Mr. Best.
Oh my God, he creeped me out.
Yep. Ugh.
The scene though where what the hell was I talking about?
Get her hand shot off.
Oh my God! Once that happened, I went, "What the fuck is this movie turning into? What is going on?"
That's what I wanted to know.
I was like, this is supposed to be a comedy. Are we now on something else? Are we on another plane here?
Well, there was that moment. I don't remember what character was painting. It was during the second quarantine scene. Dieter, where he's painting the representation of Saturn eating his children.
Yeah.
And it got like really fucking dark randomly. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, because they all had to go in quarantine again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Jesus. Like there was some things, man. Like when Carol, Jesus. When Carol goes into her first quarantine and is showing her going through her day. Yeah, it has to show everything. Yeah, it just is like, oh, I mean, I guess it would happen in that situation. Yeah. You know, you gotta make it through the 14 days. You gotta fucking figure something out.
I just thought probably my favorite scene in the whole movie. Hold on, what's the guy's name?
I would have enjoyed 14 days by myself. Like they were watching all kinds of movies. I'm like,
right?
Man,
I'd be watching so many movies.
Like, no
right.
Kids, no husband.
Sorry.
Just be like quiet. Ooh.
So it's when Dieter gets sick and Bola comes in. Bola, hold my hair. Yeah. You don't even have any. Hold my hair. He starts holding it, and he gets up and takes a shit. We starts taking a shit and holds his hand, and they both start screaming. I was like, yes. That is my favorite part of that whole movie.
Dieter is the best. Oh, he's the best. I just love when he just goes.
Like, where do I hold?
This is good.
I love when he first walks up to Annika the first time he ever sees her, and he's like, "Do you want to have sex with me?" And she's like, "Yes." She's like, "But not right now. We have to wait. We have to wait. We have to get to know each other and fall in love." And he's like, I slowly walks out of the room.
She's like, you have to
meet her dad. Yeah.
And then you have to sign a 1,000-year contract or something like that.
I don't remember what it was specifically, but it was again, this is going to be a lot of Dieter. I'm sorry, guys, because he's fucking fantastic.
Listen, people, Dieter's the best part of this movie, so.
Every morning I go out there and there's a Kit Kat bar on the table, and I take it and eat it, and the next day I come back and it's back again. I am not leaving.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. And then he goes and remember when he asked that like production assistant if she wants to have sex? He like walks up to her and she's like eating her lunch. She's like, I'm eating my lunch.
Yeah.
And he's like, Gunther? He's like, I'm done eating, but I'm okay.
Oh, I couldn't stand that character. I couldn't stand him. I could not stand Gunther. I understand what they were trying to do with this guy, but like I've seen too many movies with this same character and it drives me fucking bonkers, man. Please stop putting these characters in these movies. It's not funny. Like he's just over explaining himself and like saying stupid ass things.
I loved it.
Are you guys talking about me?
No, I love it when David Duchovny had to kiss him.
Yes.
Wife.
Oh no, he wasn't dressed as
the thing. It was one of the mocap.
It was one of the mocap guys.
It was one of the mocap guys.
And then he goes, and then he
Gunther.
starts going off, and he's like,
it was great.
He's like, don't worry,
God.
He's only like that because he felt the emotion. It was great.
Yeah,
he's just, thank you. The mocap guys were great.
Oh yeah, they were fun.
It was great.
Oh my God. Like, it's one of those things where comedies, and it's, this isn't the only one that's done it, but I feel like if you've seen other ones that have the same, style of just dragging things out way too long, like a joke, it's just stretched so far. You're just like, okay, I'm over this. Like the one where they have to shoot the dinosaur's genitals. And then and then Fred Armisen's character, Darren, has to explain that it's not a dick and balls. It's like a jellyfish, going in and out. And I was just like, and they just went on for organs. 5 minutes. Why? Stop it. Shut up, Darren.
You said something about Ghostbusters 2016, and I was getting a lot of that sometimes in some of these scenes.
Oh, because I mean, that's the thing is it's these SNL people. Like, I'm not even like, I enjoy SNL. You know, I don't watch it much anymore, but I enjoy SNL because of what, you know, the style of comedy that it is. It's kind of, you know, it's live. It's these SNL characters coming in and doing movies. It's always those people. Fred Armisen from SNL, Kate McKinnon from SNL. There's probably others that I don't know, but it's just like, I know Judd Apatow has worked on SNL. But it's like, stop, man. Just make a joke and move on. We can laugh at it. When you keep going, I lose the humor of it. Stop it.
The style doesn't always lend itself well to film. So
no, it doesn't. Oh, so I mean, the whole thing is this movie is they're one of two films that are working during the pandemic. Shit is going bad. It's taking like 9 months to film this movie. Everything's going to shit. And at the end, they all escape, and instead they make a documentary out of it. You have the guy who's always coming around at the worst times to interview people. Hey, man, this looks like a setback. What do you think's going to happen? He's like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one dude told him to be up people's ass, but even when he does it, he yells at him for it. The guy gets like kind of shit on this whole movie and then makes a documentary out of it, makes a bunch of money.
Yeah, what was his name? Scott, I think. Yeah,
because he kept calling him something else. He's like, my name's Scott.
Yeah, he always calls him by a different name. And then at the end, he was just like, he's like, yeah, they'll remember my name now because it's above the movie title.
Yes.
Oh, man. That's the bubble. Like, I don't know really what else we really want to get into with this movie. I don't really want to go through the plot because it's kind of, it's not much of a plot, to be honest. It's literally just the really exaggerated inner workings of making a film during the pandemic, which, I mean, I guess some film sets might be like this. So I can't say it's super exaggerated, but it's pretty crazy.
And
the way
there are some jokes.
This. Yeah, there are some,
like you said, there's some B plots that aren't necessary and really drag the movie out.
The whole thing with the football player, soccer player,
and his Carol's girlfriend or boyfriend being a dickhead and being a worthless piece of shit. And then David Duchovny and what are fucking names relationship, and then their kid the adoptive son that doesn't like them. Like, who fucking cares?
All these added dumb stuff. Like, please stop. This is why this movie was 2 hours long.
Honestly, and I know it was all the stuff with, I think, Gavin, the dude that was like the film executive producer, where the fuck he was for the studio, and the stuff with Kate McKinnon just didn't even need to be there.
Nope.
Like, none of it. All, like, literally could have saved us like 30 minutes of film if you cut all this out. It didn't really matter.
Yep. That's the bubble. I laughed
out
loud a couple
Dieter
times.
And the one girl though, because it had more Dieter.
There was definitely. I mean, like I said, there were some good performances by certain actors, and not so good by others. Stop putting Fred Armisen in movies. No offense, Fred Armisen. I don't think you're a terrible person, but I don't like you as a comedian or an actor. You're not funny. David Duchovny, come back and do some more X-Files, because I like X-Files.
Please, there you go. Do it, man.
Yeah, it's. This was definitely a disappointment. I remember seeing the trailer for this, and I was like, "Wow, there's a lot of great. This is a great cast. This got to be pretty funny."
Yeah.
And like I said, I did laugh. There was some laugh out loud moments, but it just wasn't a movie that I needed to spend 2 hours with.
Yep, I agree.
You know,
but we have a pretty poor track record with comedy so far, dude.
Yeah, we do.
We need to fix that someday.
We'll figure it out someday.
Right?
Oh God.
Okay, like, dissect that film. Don't come here for comedy. You ain't getting it.
Episode 1000. We still haven't found something.
We still haven't figured it out yet.
Oh God.
All right. So for our next fresh cut, I figured we would sit down and talk about the newest Sonic film.
Sonic.
Chili dogs.
Gotta move fast.
That's right.
So yeah,
enjoy those Totino's pizza rolls.
Yeah, we're not gonna state like when exactly these videos are gonna be out because it's kind of whenever I have time to put them out. This one will be out when you see it. Our next one will be Sonic 2, which will be hopefully the week after this comes out. But if it's not, then it'll be the week after that. There's a bunch of movies coming out in the next like 3 weeks I would love to talk about. Some really good ones. The Northman comes out on the 22nd, which looks fucking cool. It's that Viking revenge film from Robert Eggers, who did The Witch and The Lighthouse. It's got an awesome cast, and it just looks badass. And our good friends from Epic Film Guys got a quote in the trailer for the movie.
I saw that.
So, which is really cool.
That is really cool.
That's a fucking massive flex right there.
Right. Yeah. They deserve it. They run a amazing show over there. So, also, what the hell? I just saw a movie that's supposed to be coming out at the same time. Oh, the new Nicolas Cage film, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, has been getting rave reviews. I think it has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes right now, and it's Nicolas Cage playing Nicolas Cage.
It's got Pablo Pascal in it.
Yes. Yeah, so we're gonna have to talk about it because it's gonna be so much fun. He literally wields the guns from Face Off, and that movie is probably one of my favorite Nicolas Cage movies ever. Oh god,
excited for that.
I'm so excited.
Excited, my eye would stop.
I can't wait till we get to have a quote on the back of a cereal box.
It's gonna be great.
Like that's when we reach peak.
Yeah, that's when we pop the champagne and say, "Guess what, guys? We're retiring."
Dude, one day I'm gonna put this right now. One day we're gonna have a quote, and it's gonna be Angela's, and it's gonna say, "Well, that's a movie," or "It's a movie."
It's gonna be on a shirt. I'm gonna get them made this year. It's gonna be see Angela's face, in like a cool like cartoon look with a little bubble, and it just says, "Well, that was a movie."
Yeah.
I mean, I have to be. I mean, the likeness has to be approved for the T-shirt. I can't put her face on a T-shirt without her approval. But
that's true.
So, Angela, just write up a makeshift contract, send it to me, so I have the paper that says it's okay before I do.
Okay.
It's just a lined notebook paper.
Yes. And I have it framed on a wall.
Here.
Good enough.
I'll just rip off a blank piece of paper off of something.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, this week, since this is going to be coming out on a Monday, this week we got videos. We got this. We have our final Resident Evil video debut. Thank God that's over. No offense. That was actually a really fun 6-week venture with Piggy, where we talked about those terrible films. We have episode 4 of Moon Knight's review will be out on Thursday. The Halo review was probably going to be released on Saturday before this video, so it'll be out by the time you watch this. Just because the schedule's a little wonky, and I'm just releasing videos when I want to. Friday will be the podcast of the recording of our live podcast from Sunday. I'm just going to be releasing it raw, straight to the tube, into the podcast services.
Raw on the tube.
Yep. And then we're going to be hopping back into Batman for 2 more weeks with the Lego Batman and the Batman with a special guest. Hopefully we're going to be, hopefully we'll have that special guest for the Batman. And then we're going to be venturing into some solo stuff, some solo movie stuff. Just to kind of, we'll be talking about Batman after that for 9 straight weeks, almost 9 straight weeks. So we need to talk about some individual films, and then we're going to be determining which franchise we're going to be hopping into next. Woo! But I'm not going to tell you what that's going to be yet because we haven't voted on it. All right. Well, this is, I feel like we've talked more about not this movie than we have of this movie. So that was The Bubble, fresh cut. If you enjoyed it, tell us why you enjoyed it. If you love Dieter, please tell us why, because he's amazing. Just say we agree with everything that you said. And remember, these are our opinions. Form your own opinion. Watch, if somebody tells you a movie's terrible, go watch it for yourself to prove them wrong or say, yep, they were right.
Oh, you know what I would have liked to have seen Dieter in?
Cliff B. Sake?
No, Jurassic Park 3, because that's what you need to go watch. Oh! Go watch Jurassic Park 3.
All right, everybody. Until next time, I am Brett Parker. That's Dan and Angela of DNA Gaming. We are Dissect That Film, and this has been Dissect That Film Fresh Cuts. We'll see you all next time. Goodbye.
Bye.